Stop the fucking music. I have an issue. I can't find my fucking... Oh, there I am. I was like, where the fuck did I go? I couldn't find myself. There I am. I'm fine. Don't worry. Everything is good. Oh god. What the fuck? Did I fuck up my microphone again? Oh no. That's fine. We'll just edit this. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Am I very quiet? Am I? I'm normal? Okay. Well, not my issue. Anyway, hi. Hi. I'm gonna be talking about Worm today. Do you guys know this one? I've heard of it before. I have heard of it before. It's true. It's true. Thank you, Gulkus, for the 3 months. What the fuck? It does not feel like it's been 3 months. Oh, Addo, thank you for the host. Let's go. Yeah. Today for my worm meal, I have a meal every worm. I had a TV dinner, but I have a bag of goldfish that is branded with the face of Mickey Mouse. And they have special Mickey Mouse shaped goldfish. 3 killed everyone on the Untitled stream right before I started? Oh, that's crazy. What's worm? I don't know. You ask a very good question. So I'm assuming that everyone here has either read it or is vaguely curious. So first, if anyone has read it, tell me your thoughts while I open this. Tell me your thoughts while I open this and eat some of these. Thank you. Oh, this fucking, oh, it tastes like ass. Ugh. Oh my fucking god. Oh, why it tastes. Oh, what the fuck? Something's wrong. That Mickey Mouse tastes fucking nasty. Oh. Can taste the Mickey in every bite. Taylor was normal for once, kinda. I think she was normal only because, like for the first part of the chapter, like first part of the arc, she was like pretty normal. But like I think that was only because she was outshadowed by everyone else being bananas, except for her. She was actually being sort of normal. And then later on, she actually did a smart thing, surprisingly. But now, I don't think she's going to do a smart thing again. Am I right, guys? So, let's get started. Let's switch our music from Daytona to straight to our coffee music. This fucking coffee music, man. It's been stuck in my head for like days now. Okay, awesome. Cool. Okay, so, you guys ready? You guys ready? Any final thoughts before we get started here? Anything else you guys want to say? Also, stay tuned for the end of the stream. I do have an announcement on an emote I've been working on. I'm not commissioning this one. I'm making it myself. I'll let you guys know about it, but stay tuned, please. For the love of God, clip it if you have to. Okay, let's see. I feel like the characters' motivations are finally starting to make sense. Like, they're acting like actual people. See, I sort of get that, and I sort of don't, because this entire arc sort of revolves around the whole... not a cactus emote, sorry. This sort of arc revolves around, like, the culmination of things. And I think that, you know, I can't really say much because I have hindsight that you guys don't have. Actually, can I be a bit bigger on the screen, please? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, yep, there you go. Awesome. I was like, I can eat you guys. Okay. Sorry, that was... Wait, hold on. Oh. Where is it? 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 Come on, you fuck. Come on, you fuck. No, it's not working. I'll switch to it. My fucking hotkeys are broken. That's fine. I don't care. Alright, anyway. Welcome. Come on, England! Oh my god, Star can do that and will actually kill me doing that. 100% of the time. Will just, like, psychic blast my brain. Anyway, let's get back to where we were. We're gonna start this chapter. Welcome. If you don't remember what happened last time, on Star City's very good at killing me. Well... if you don't remember what happened on Arc 6, she says goodbye to her father and then decides to live with the team for now. She's not going back. She's like, I'm done, Dad, sorry. And then her dad's like, what the fuck? Which was very sad. It was very sad. It was very, very sad. But now we're here and we get to see the sort of resolution, sort of see in this arc. We'll see that Taylor is actually kind of awesome. Star, how did you know? Star? Oh, I was saying that you know how to say, come on, England, score some fucking goals really, really well, to the point of killing us. You just had my stream open, you're listening. That's right, you have like 30 things. Hello? I'm about to start Worm Arc 7, which has like a bunch of spoilers. Okay? So I'm gonna start now. Thank you. Oh, Jesus Christ. What a fucking stream. Anyway, I think, you know, when I did actually started the stream really late. I was supposed to start at like 15 minutes before, and then I started at like 9 minutes before, because I was busy like watching Star do fucking awesome shit. And you know, I think I girl boss too hard in one direction, and I simply forgot that I was doing a fucking stream again. Which, you know, I do that a lot. Well, I'll have like my pre-stream up and I'll just be jamming to the music and I'll go, oh yeah, I'm streaming. I closed Clicker 2 seconds before I started getting my stream ready. I actually might want to open. I won't do it. Go boss so hard I gate kept myself. Okay, let's get to fucking Worm. You guys derailing my fucking Worm thoughts over here. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna start off with Worm. So here's the thing about Worm. Taylor is just there. So, first chapter. First chapter of this arc of Arc 7. Taylor is doing some fighting with Brian, because Taylor is a character. And she is now deciding to get used to hand-in-hand combat. Hell yeah, the Worm song. Anyway, she's getting used to you know, hand-in-hand combat and shit. And she is improving at fighting people with her hands. Great job. Great job. And so everyone kind of this is the moment where like everyone gets to cool down, and everyone talks about their how they feel about Coil, because if you remember last arc, Coil kind of introduced himself as the boss of the Undersiders, and he sort of like offered to give them roles in this because he wants to take over the entire city. You know, like ambitious plan here, but he already has plants like in the government and shit. So yeah, he is the giant rat that makes all the rules. You're right, the giant snake, alternatively. But everyone sits down and decides to talk about it. And they all agree that it should be like a full consensus and not a majority thing. Because it's a heavy kind of thing. The second half of the arc was so what? That you forgot there was a first half? Yeah. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get these kids into. You're right. So everyone sits down, and everyone's first thought isn't actually on Coil. Everyone's first thought is asking Alec what the fuck Coil meant about his past. And Alec reveals something that's quite shocking. Alec reveals that his dad is a heartbreaker. And and Taylor sort of explains, like, Taylor is even like, whoa, I knew that. Taylor sort of explains who Heartbreaker is, who is a very powerful emotion manipulator, to the point of if a woman makes eye contact with him, they're under his control, basically. So he's like an asshole, basically. And he kind of uses power to enslave a bunch of people, into like a cult thing, because he's fucked up. And so after Alec triggered, his dad had really like struggled to influence him with his power, and sort of like made Alec push his limits by killing people, which is really fucked up. And Alec just sort of says this. The way that he talks about it is just like, well, this is just normal. This is like everything that it was, you know. Oh god, it's like super fucked. And he kind of acknowledges that that Heartbreaker might come after him, because like the thing about Alec is that like he ran away from his dad, and his dad is kind of vengeful about it. So he's like, oh yeah, you know, maybe one of my brothers or sisters might fucking track me down. It'll be scary, but you know, whatever. And so Alec is just like totally fucking stand it up, like just does not care. Like he doesn't care. He doesn't like care a fuck. He doesn't give a shit. He's just there. He's just blank, which I think personally is a little bit indicative of like him having some trauma, and like his entire thing is just him not giving a shit, and he's sort of like apathetic about everything. He's like, yeah, well, you know, haha, okay, loser, haha. But like, I think he's just fucked. I think he is just fucked, because you know, it's just fucked. It's just fucked. So we learn that backstory. We don't really learn his trigger event at all, but we do learn the circumstances that he was in, which, you know, kind of bad. Kind of really bad. So thank you, Alec, for talking about it. This means that now we all know, we are almost at 100% trigger event backstory completion. We have everyone except for Lisa, and Lisa has not said a fucking word about it. So you cannot live in war without trauma. Thanks, guys. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you know, powers come from trauma. So yeah, great. Yeah, great. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, welcome. Guys, I thought if you lived with superheroes, it was gonna be like Marvel, and they would stop the 9/11s and stuff. I don't understand. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, they move on, and they sort of discuss Coil himself. Alec is sort of optimistic, and he was like, oh yeah, you know, I could just sit on my ass and do nothing and get money, which is what I'm already doing, so why not? And so, you know, that's his vote in the yes bucket for for going with Coil. Taylor and Brian both have the same sort of like concerns about it, specifically with the possibility of the Protectorate getting involved, and the possibility of Coil trying to betray them, and the difficulty they faced, you know, the Undersiders as a whole, when they weren't the ones that were like sort of out there taking the initiative. So if they take the initiative and like own stuff and like do stuff, they're kind of like sus that it won't like go well. But Lisa over here, Lisa, hi Lisa, she says that her power should be able to give like both of them a good idea of like betrayal and preemptively block like stuff that'll happen in whatever territory they take place in. So Tay and Brian are like, okay, we'd rather be able to be a part of the plan and take part, because he's just gonna go ahead with it anyway, with us or without us. So we might as well jump in. So everyone's like, yeah, okay, let's do it. Okay, let's do it. Except for bitch. Except for Rachel. Rachel's like, well, I don't want to, because I don't fucking trust. He talks way too much. First of all, he talks way too much. Second of all, he has to be covering something up. So, you know, she refuses to listen to any points of the giver. And since Coil sort of gave them like a week to decide, they let bitch go off with her dogs because it's a tough subject. It really is a tough subject. So, you know, go ahead, bitch. Go ahead. Have fun, Rachel. You don't have to care. It's fine. I fucking love Rachel. So, Taylor, hearing that bitch is about to go do fuck all with her dogs, is that Taylor's like, oh, yo, let's go. I want to go. And Taylor's like, I'll make a deal with you. If I bring up Coil, you could, or if I do anything that fucks up your day, you can punch me. And bitch was like, okay, good. Yeah, okay, that works. And so Taylor's like, oh, I hope this will fucking work. Rachel's easily your favorite character. Yeah, like, getting into this next chapter here, oh, this entire chapter here is like so fucking indicative of how much I love Rachel. Lose Rachel, you're fucked in the head. So, chapter 2, Taylor and bitch do as what they're gonna do. They go make their way to the docks, and they like where Rachel has all of her dogs, and they sort of discuss Angelica for a bit, specifically like how she's doing after everything, and the way that bitch's dogs sort of like learn habits and stuff due to like, you know, bitch being a good dog owner, and they enter like a sort of a dog docks. No, it's a building in the docks, specifically a partially constructed building that bitch is using to house like more than 10 dogs, but you know, a bit of them. And then, you know, they sort of have fun. Taylor actually helps out bitch in this moment by calling bitch's attention to a dog called Sirius. Shout outs to the awesome reference to the Joker. Why so serious? Anyway, she notices that there's like a bunch of heartworms everywhere inside of this fucking dog, and bitch is like pissed. She's like, what the fuck? The fucking shelter should have given the goddamn medicine. It's pissing me off. And so bitch is like, all right, I know what to do. So actually, bitch using her powers on dogs actually makes them, you know, stronger, bigger, obviously. Heart guard is like fucking $70. Yeah, true. So, since Sirius is not one of Bitch's trained dogs, because she has like a bunch of new dogs too. This is not one of her trained ones. She has to. Bitch is using her power on the dog to cause the worms to disintegrate, because the bacteria inside the heartworms will also be destroyed, like entirely, because her power just works like that, and she just knows that. So, you know, badass Rachel over here. Very cool and awesome, Rachel. You mean that as in cheap? That's cheap? That's 70. That's too many. That's like too many games. That's like Call of Duty. Anyway. Bitch is like, alright, thanks for helping. Can you go pick up dog poop now? And Taylor's like, what the no. Unless you do it with me, you fucking... Like, Taylor keeps standing up to... The difference between what Taylor's doing right now and what Taylor's done before is that she's, like, standing up to Bitch and sort of appealing to how she works. Like, saying, like, oh, you can punch me if this is, like, fucked up. You could do whatever, you know? And she's, like, she's not, like, asking Rachel anything. She's telling Rachel, like, tell me where to go. Or, like, tell me what to do. Stuff like that. So, and Rachel's pretty responsive to it, actually. She's like, okay, yeah, okay. Also, it's really weird because apparently Taylor can just sense parasites, which is different than just controlling bugs. Like, parasites aren't fucking bugs, much like, I mean, just like crabs. I mean, she controlled that crab that one time. So she can really just, she doesn't just control like bugs, quote unquote, or insects. She controls like very small brains. So if you have like a very small brain, I mean, that's, you know, that's that. I mean, Taylor just fucking, you know, she does it. So really, they're just becoming friends here. They really are becoming friends, and it's really, really good. And Taylor decides, fuck it, I'm gonna go get some dinner. Tell me where to go, and then at some lunch, actually, excuse me, I forgot about the time. And Rachel's like, okay, there's a Greek place, go give me food, thanks. And then Taylor's like, all right, cool. And she comes back. Taylor comes back and gives Rachel some food, and they're really cool, and they're just eating and stuff. And Taylor's like, oh, look at that dog. It came up to me because I have food. This dog is so pretty. And Rachel goes, ha, you'd be a fucking idiot dog owner. You'd suck if you were a dog owner. Rachel drops some R slurs here. So, you know, I don't think Rachel even understands what that means. So, cool, Rachel. But basically, she's just saying that most dog owners suck, and you know, the worst of them just pick dogs based on just looking pretty. And Taylor's like, well, you're fucking wrong. I'm like the most careful out of all you motherfuckers. You think I wouldn't care about what dog I would have picked? Huh? And then Rachel's like, rrr, rrr. And they sort of fight a little bit. And Rachel's like actually, you know, Taylor's like actually working towards a relationship with Rachel, which is pretty fucking smart. Like, Taylor's actually working it out. It's pretty good. So they talk about some dogs. They talk about, you know, some of the problems that most of the dogs have suffered before Rachel got them. And Rachel sort of explained that her power doesn't repair long-term damage to the dogs. Even if it can cure diseases, it does not cure like long-term damage. So like, if like a dog is missing like an eye or something, she can't fix that. However, some fucking Nazis show up. Great, we got Nazis. Shoutouts to Nazis. They sort of have a history with Bitch. They're like, oh, you're fucking here again. Your fucking dogs keep barking all the time. Oh, it's so annoying. Oh, it's so annoying. I can't conduct business in this area, and we'll fucking kill you with your dogs. Oh, we'll fucking get you. We're gonna shoot you. And so Taylor texts for help and then covers herself in bugs because she didn't have her costume. She just covers her entire body in bugs and terrifies people and cuts someone's forehead because she's just fucking scary. And they run away. Thank God. Woo. Thank God. Woo. And then... Oh, shoutouts to Nazis? No, sorry, I didn't mean it like that. No. Shoutouts to Nazis as in, like, look, they're over there, and, like, point a spotlight on them, and look, get them. Get them, you know? Not shout out. Not shout out. Whenever I go shouts out, I just go, like, I just say, like, shouts out is, like, I want to, like, emphasize on something. I don't mean shout out to Nazis. I don't mean that. No. Shout out is in, like, yo. That's just like a yo for me. I go, yo, and then you know, whatever I'm talking about. But it's not like a cool yo. It's like a yo. What the fuck? Listen, I never said I was good with words. I never said. Anyway, so Taylor takes down a guy with a gun because they're shooting guns and shit. And basically Taylor cuts this dude's forehead open and starts pissing blood everywhere. And they all run away. They're like, oh, bug lady, oh. And so they all run away. And they're like, Kaiser will hear about this. He'll hear about this. He will get you. I'll get you, my pretty. Ah. And then, like, they run away. And then Taylor's like, all right, I could stay here. A fucked up moment to join the stream. Hi, we're talking about Worm. If you don't know what Worm is, it's fine. We're talking about Worm. This is a book. If you do !Worm in the chat, you'll hear all about it. There you go. We're currently on arc 7, so we're pretty far in, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. So, you can stick around, but it's gonna be a little confusing. It's just me doing a big old summary of all the chapters and stuff. So, the Nazis run away, because of course they're pussies. And Taylor's like, alright, I'm gonna help you out. I'm just gonna chill here. I'm gonna help out with the dogs. We'll give Brian a recap. And Bitch is like, no, don't worry about it. It's good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh. But yeah, no, I think Taylor doing this here in this moment is actually pretty smart overall. Like, what the fuck? Like, she didn't just, like, send bugs to bite people. She, like, stepped out as, like, a bug creature. She looked like a bug monster. And she looked like she was made of bugs, and it was very scary. Especially when they shot the bugs. Yeah, Taylor's smart? Yeah, I don't see it. I really don't. I really don't see it, you know? It's more likely than you think. Now. Anyway. Brian arrives, because he got the text from Taylor. And he arrives... Taylor brains as well she can control it. Shut the fuck up. Brian arrives and he's like, hey, what's up? What's up? Please don't fuck around anymore, bitch. And Bitch is like, okay, cool, whatever. And then Taylor brings up a good point that those Nazis are probably gonna get her dogs when she isn't looking. So she decides to bring the dogs to home. And Bitch makes some really weird comments. Bitch makes some really weird comments about about Taylor having a small crush on Brian. And Rachel doesn't know anything. Rachel doesn't know anything about, like, relationships. So she's just like, oh, you should ask him for sex. It's gonna be great. And Taylor's like, what? Thank you, but no. Like, Rachel's like trying to help Taylor. It's the funniest fucking thing. Rachel's like, yeah, oh, I see it. Yeah, I can help you out. Yeah, that's good. Here's what you do. It's so fucking funny. She offered Taylor, like, that's to me that was like the fucking funniest thing in this goddamn chapter. So, yeah. Rachel, yeah, she's so good. Rachel Taylor interaction in the entire fucking story. Muy delicioso. I'm doing the Italian chef fingers right now. So they sort of realize that Lisa and Alec actually aren't answering right now. They aren't fucking answering. They're like doing shit right now. So, you know, it's kind of sus. And even Brian makes a note like, hey, how the hell are you talking to Rachel like that? That's bananas. And Taylor's like, well, you fucking idiot. She doesn't like authority, and you are, quote unquote, the leader of the Undersiders. So, of course, she's gonna hate you more. And Brian's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense, actually. Anyway, they busted in to their fucking apartment, busted into their goddamn secret hideout, because Lisa and Alec were answering their phones, and they're just there. They're just chilling. They're just chilling, eating food, talking on the phone. And Gru's like, what the fuck are you fucking doing? What the fuck are you fucking doing? You fucking assholes. And it turns out what happened, actually, while we were having our beach episode at Bitch's Dog Sanctuary, Coyle decides to drop.
And if you see Dr. Breen, Tell him I said, fuck you!
Ostmosphere. Ostmosphere, thank you for the follow. Currently talking about Worm. If you do exclamation point Worm, you'll find out more. But we're kind of like somewhere in it. Ostmosphere. If you see Kaiser, tell him to say fuck you. That's right. That's what Coil says to Kaiser. Anyway, Coil drops a big old thing. And what he drops is a huge list. It's an email that's gone out to like every single fucking every single news outlet, every single place. It is pictures and text. It's Kaiser, it's Purity, it's Hookwolf, it's Krieg, it's pretty much every single member of Empire 88, their full names, their full professions, their addresses, their phone numbers, the dates they moved to the city, their first appearances, their costume identities, pictures of them in like half costume. Pretty much doxes every single Nazi, and it turns out that Kaiser is the president and CEO of Medhall Corporation, the #1 pharmaceutical company in Brockton Bay. So that's great. Turns out that, the Nazis are just really rich white people. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that kind of... What a weird concept. You know what? That place got attacked, didn't it? Yes, Medhall was actually attacked during the truce broke after the ABU got captured. And if you remember, back in Purity's interlude, you remember that Kaiser, she was meeting up with Max in a big old tower. That was like a company tower, and he was at the top floor. So you put two and two together, he's a high guy in a high place. Whoa! Really cool, really cool. So pretty much just doxes every single person. Pretty much just every single person. On and on and on and on. So it got sent to pretty much every newspaper, half a dozen local newspapers, and also several national newspapers. So pretty much everyone that mattered, and a few that didn't, obviously, but still, everyone that pretty much mattered. And also, turns out that Coil did this, without telling anyone, and just sort of fucking dropped it. So, it's kind of bananas. And Coil, Coil just dropped this in the middle of fucking nowhere. And guess what? Taylor makes a stunning realization that Coil doing this right now is a really bad idea. Because Coil just made the hugest play ever against the Empire, and it looks like it was anonymous, and bitch and Taylor just got into a fight with some of his fucking underlings, so Kaiser and every single one of his little fucking Nazi-lits fucking are going to be pissed enough to want to kill someone, especially after they just ruined their entire life. And the Nazis know who the Undersiders are. They know exactly who Lisa is and what her power is. So who the fuck are they going to blame for this? Huh? Who are they gonna blame for this? It's the Undersiders. Yay! 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 Looks like you guys are in fucking trouble, idiots. Oh, great job, Coil. You just fucked everyone. So Brian immediately is like, all right, it's way too fucking dangerous to be here. We gotta get the fuck out of here. And they're gonna blame us, so we gotta get the fuck out. And so, the Empire is already pissed. The email got sent out like half an hour ago, so basically pretty much everyone is just like fucked here. So they decide to simply go places. Brian and Taylor are going to stay at his apartment, and Rachel, Alec, and Lisa will find another place the dogs can go, because now she has a bunch of dogs. And so they decide. Here's the funny part, This is like on the way. This is on the way to Brian's apartment. So Brian and Taylor get on a bus. And Brian's like, oh yeah, you should make me a costume sometime. And Taylor's like, okay, cool. And, and Taylor's like, yeah, I could do that now, because now I want to be a member of the team and actually be cool and not be a rat. So Taylor's like, oh, he probably doesn't find me attractive, and that's okay. I make peace with that. And the bus comes to another stop, and who gets on but Sophia Hess? If you don't remember her, that's one of the trio from school. She just gets on the bus and is just like chilling, just looking around. Worm Sophie is the fucking worst Sophie. Hello? Oh, Sophia, yeah. That is my full name as well. So, you know. Sophia Steak gets on the bus. No, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm not no fucking... No. You'll find out later. Basically, Taylor expects any contact with Sophia to be, like, super confrontational. And the school meeting was, like, their last encounter, so it was, like, sus. So she notices that Sophia is fucking eyeing Brian, who's, like, standing up. And so Taylor asks him a big favor with the promise of an explanation and leans over and kisses him on the mouth out of pure fucking spite for Sophia. And Sophia is just staring at her like, you motherfucker. And she was like, oh, hell yeah. This was a great idea. This was such a good idea. Taylor. And she was like, hee, I'm so evil and cool. And so Brian's like, so what the fuck was that about? And, and she's like, I'll tell you later. It's fine. So Brian now decides, het moments of Worm. Don't worry. You'll find out later. So Brian and Taylor decide to part ways a little bit. They're gonna go look for stuff. Taylor is going to the bookstore because she can. There's more het moments? No. Don't worry. You'll find out later. Well, I mean, of course there's het moments. But it kind of, you know, everyone can be trans if you want. Everyone can, I think. I think it's totally in your fullest right to have everyone be trans if you want. I think so. I think that's cool. So they're currently, you know, Taylor passes by a TV in the window like you see in those movies, which I don't think I've ever seen a TV in a window displaying news. I don't think I've ever fucking seen that. Everyone in trans is Worm. You're so true. So basically, all the pictures on the screen, on the TV in the window is everyone. Everyone's real identity. Everyone's, and I gotta remind you, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Around 15 or 16 Nazi supervillains, excuse me. About 15 of them, and all of their identities are out there, and they all have powers. So, you know, not very good. Not very good. And the word is out. The word is out there. And the PRT knows now. So, you know, they're passing by. And, and Taylor goes into a bookstore and just wants to look for a book. You know, just looking for a book. And she finds the book. She finds the book that she was looking for, which was Dog Psychology, the Basis of Dog Training. Taylor is trying to find out how to talk more to Rachel by looking up how to interact with dogs. So that's like to me that's really funny out of context, but also like really sweet. Like, Taylor is definitely trying so hard. Now that Taylor's, like, in this team, she wants to be friends with people. And she's going to this effort to, like, go and get a book. And then, you know, she gets the book, and then she feels a hand touch her hair. Oh, a hand touch you. Oh, what's up? What's up, Brian? Nope. It's fucking Sophia. You think that Sophia wouldn't find you in a bookstore, Taylor? You think so? So, Sophia nearly rips her fucking ear off and is just being like, I fucking hate you. You're a queef. Rah. And they're like, you know, and they're fucking wrestling back there with some books. And, you know, Taylor hits her with a book. And they're just bitching about each other. They're like thinking they're each a fucking psycho. And Sophia's like, I ruined your life. I ruined your life. You're fucking, oh, I ruined you. Your life is over. You bet you're a druggie now. And Taylor's like, you're a fucking hypocrite. And then Brian's like, that's it. Break it off. And then Brian's like, what the fuck is going on here? And Taylor's like, this is one of the girls that's been giving me some trouble at school. And then he immediately goes, and he's like fucking mad. And Sophia just fucking runs away. So you know, it's great. And now Taylor's ear needs stitches. Great. Stitches on your ear. That's fucking great. So Taylor finally explains the kiss on the bus, because she was just like, it was for her benefit, and also Taylor's like, yeah, it was also for me. And then he's like, whoa, what the hell? And then Taylor's like, I like you. I was just, and then he's like, you know, you're cool, but like, I'm sorry. You're like, you know, you're like a friend. You're like a sister. And she's like, okay. So great job, Taylor. So you know, Taylor just got turned down. That's so sad. And guess what? Taylor and Brian look over at the nearest TV in the window, because I don't know why the fuck you put TVs in windows in a town that has this high of a crime rate, but sure. And they're watching footage of Purity just fucking destroying the area that bitch's dogs were just in, and other nearby buildings. And Taylor's like, oh my god, people were probably in there. I gotta put on my costume. And Brian's like, no, this is all on Coil, not us. And Taylor's like, but there's innocent people getting hurt. What the fuck? And then Purity makes an announcement to the camera. She's like, Undersiders, Protectorate, we will kill people. We will murder a bunch of people until I get my child back. And then her little fucking cronies, Night and Fog, murder a cameraman. It's really fucked up. Brian really said, I don't know how to deal with girls. Yeah. Brian's excuse for that, he hasn't been around a lot of girls, so he doesn't know how to do it. And like, that makes sense, sure, but come on, man. Get real. Anyway, what the fuck was I fucking thinking about? I got blown away. I think all the Undersiders definitely think Taylor is not cishet. I mean, I would believe it. You know? If I saw Taylor in real life, I'd go, definitely closet somehow. They're all dumb kids. Yeah. Anyway, they watch a live murder on television, and they call Lisa, and they're like, hey, so what the fuck do we do? What do we do? What's going on? What do we do? And it turns out that Lisa divulges some information. Coil told Kaiser specifically that he was the one who did it, but Kaiser has not told any of his subordinates, because as long as they're enraged and pissed off, they're gonna cause more, like, it's gonna be 2 big united attacks against enemies, so why not? And Coil's not gonna make a public statement, because that's gonna draw attention. So Kaiser's like, alright, fuck it, you guys can you go ahead, just let him go. So guess what they have to do? Brian agrees immediately that the two halves should meet up and decide to go on the offensive and save people. And so Coil has also graciously provided an ambulance for Taylor and people. By the way, Taylor got her ear stitched up. Sorry if I skipped over that. I totally forgot that happened in that chapter. Whoopsies. Taylor got her ear stitched up, and Brian was like, this is gonna fucking hurt. So, you know, Taylor has a stitched ear now. That's really sad. Sorry about your ear. And Gru's like, oh, well, you know, Taylor, you're cool and all, but, like, I'm not that good of a person, you know it. And then the ambulance they're in gets flipped over. And then it turns out that Hook Wolf and Storm Tiger and Cricket are there. Hi, guys. You're very scary. And then they try and run away. However, they get caught because, you know, they're not stupid. And guess what this next chapter is? They fight a bunch. They fight a bunch. So you know, some things happen in this one. The main things you need to know is that they sort of tactically retreat from the fight. And they decide, all right, we're gonna get the hell out of here. And Gru gets fucking slashed. Gru gets absolutely fucking slashed in the goddamn chest. And so, you know, it's good. It's fine. Sorry, I'm like losing it right now. I'm losing my steam. Yeah. They fight a bunch. And then they run away. And the Gru's like, ow, my chest. It's not serious, but ow. Owie. And then they meet up with the other Undersiders. And Skitter's like, alright, we gotta fucking clean your wounds, you idiot. And so Tattletale's like, alright, we can't just go and like fight them. We have to, you know, you lost a lot of blood, Gru. We can't just like, you're gonna pass the fuck out. So here's what we do. We just go straight to Purity, who's blowing up buildings right now. And then everyone's like, what the okay then. And so, turns out Gru also needs stitches, so Taylor's like, sorry, this is about to fucking hurt. These Naughty Pieces really said, I know I'll dress as a cool animal. What, no, I'm not afraid. No, don't let them in there. Basically, they now decide to just go directly to Purity. Why don't we, yeah, exactly. Why don't we just go up and talk to them and be like, hey, so, yeah, could you not? Anyway, the Undersiders, you know, they all get on bitches' dogs, and they decide to go confront Purity. And despite Gru being in absolute fucking pain, and is like, I'm not hurt, he just decides to go. So, you know. So Tattletale gets a text from Gru, and text from Coil, excuse me. Tattletale gets a text from Coil, and Coil's like, hey, you guys gotta be careful, okay? And then they all move out. And it's all good, because now Tattletale's just going, using her power to help locate Purity, and then she's fighting alongside Rune, who we actually haven't seen before. Taylor refers to Rune as Sabrina, the teenage Nazi. So that's really good. And then Taylor immediately goes, man, that was a really bad one. And I was like, yeah. Basically, Rune can just control shit and make it fly. Because of course she can. You know, that's fine. Ugh. Basically, they fight a bunch again. They knock over a building. They almost fucking kill people. Gru Stitches got pulled out again. We finally get our first fight with Night and Fog. They're like a duo. Basically, Night's gimmick is that if you can't see Night, if you're not looking directly at Night, Night turns into like a fucking monster, like, you know, like SCP-looking ass motherfucker. And then Fog can just turn into Fog. So, the Clout Baton. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. So, you know, they fight a bunch. It's, you know, the usual. They have a big old struggle. Tattletale, you know, yeah. You're so mad about Fog. Well, guess what? That's fine. They're not really gonna be appearing much anymore. They're fine, you know, it's all good. So they fight a bunch. There's like a bunch of flashbangs going off because Knight's a son of a bitch. And Tattletale decides to use her magical powers of intuition and just calls down Purity. It's like, hey, come here, hey, I know where your fucking daughter is. And Purity's like, what? That's not true. That's what? You're a liar. You released all this information. And and she's like, no, that was Coil. Kaiser is lying. And who you gonna trust? How you gonna trust me? You're gonna trust Kaiser. And Tattletale's like, just like, you gotta trust me, you gotta trust Kaiser. And Purity's like, okay, well, you're gonna come with me. So she picks up Tattletale and fucking brings her to the street that her daughter's on. And it's like, alright, we gotta go. And so, you know, they go there. It's great. It's all good. Everything's... Sorry, I'm fucking bananas right now. Now. I'm trying to brain right now. Basically, Tattletale helps her find her daughter. Thank God. Sorry, I'm kind of rushing through this because I realize I have to do something later, but it's fine. Basically, it helps her find a daughter. There's no more. There's no more. Thank God. Woof, no more fighting. No more. So, you know, that's it. That's it for this chapter. And then the next chapter is a time skip, a week in the future. So a week after they do the clash, the big old thing. Gru's down a little bit. It's fine. Yeah, Gru gets some medical help as well. You know, it's all good. It's all good. And then the Undersiders enter a construction site, and they go into a drainage gate, and they go all the way into the drain until they reach a door into Coil's underground base. Coil has a gigantic fucking underground base. Isn't that great? Dude is crazy. So the Undersiders are immediately pissed. They're like, dude, you fucked us. You know, the bitch changed her mind. She's gonna be with you. We're with you now. However, you know, you gotta fucking, we have serious issues with this. You know, you gotta, like, even with fucking Lung and only Lee, we only had 3 days. Then we had to fight the fucking Protectorate and the Wards, and then the Empire 88 within 48 hours? Are you for real right now, Coil? And also, why'd you reveal all their fucking identities? That was collateral damage, and it was really fucked up. And Coil's like, okay, well, I'm sorry. It was a mistake. I've been doing this for a while. I didn't see the bigger picture, but it's okay. I'm never gonna make a large decision like this without talking to you guys and anyone else that we employ. And so he's like, all right, I'm gonna prove it to you guys. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, you know, I will share with you one of my secret weapons, and then you'll all be okay, as like a show of force. So one of the soldiers brings out a 12-year-old girl who constantly asks Coil for candy, and he promises to provide after she answers his questions. Coil asks her about the probabilities of all of the successes of stuff, if he sent the Undersiders to go on missions, if he sent the Travelers to go on missions, and she reads out percentages. It's a 12-year-old thinker that can just read out percentages about anything that he asks. She can see all possible outcomes of events, and her power allows her to categorize them to provide the probability of shit like that. Which is fucking insane. And Coil's like, alright, well, he finds a discrepancy within the fucking percentages, and he's like, oh, I gotta check on this. Oh god, oh fuck. You guys can go. Until the Undersiders leave. Yeah, the Whiplash. And so they leave, and Regent's like, does she have like a power thing like Labyrinth where like she can't talk as well? Because like she was only talking about candy. And Taylor's like, no, you fucking idiot. The fucking candy is drugs. And I'll tell you what the fuck is going on. She used the drugs to try and cooperate and tell them to provide answers. Here's what's up. The fucking bank robbery was a distraction. The bank robbery was a distraction that Coil had used to keep the local capes occupied. And the news that it pushed the robbery from the front page of the fucking thing. Huh? Guess what? That was fucking sorry. Your fucking comment just threw me off so bad, Moss. What the fuck are you talking about? Probably foreshadowing for the Endbringers happening. What does that mean? What the fuck are you saying in my goddamn chat? Also, it's like Taylor and her wacky antics. That's oh yeah. Then it's like yeah. This is like a big realization. Like the entire reason why the bank robbery I'm not there yet, you fucking assholes. Shut the fuck up. I'm not there yet. We're getting there. We're going. We're getting to the final one. I gotta tell you about this little girl, who the fuck she is first, and then we'll get there. But yes, that's a good idea about the percentages. That's true. That's because of that. Yes, you're right. Fuck you. So Taylor makes a realization that the bank robbery that they went on was a distraction so that Coil could steal this fucking 12-year-old girl. And that was the news, that the news that pushed the robbery off the front page into like the second like back half was the kidnapping of Dina Alcott. And that's her name. That's the fucking girl that she just saw. And Taylor's like, well, fucking Lisa, Lisa, is this true or not? And Lisa just goes like, well, yeah. And so Skitter's like, all right. Okay, well, fuck you guys. And Taylor just fucking is just pissed. She's like, what the fuck? We're not then everyone, all of her fucking teammates are immediately just like, well, we didn't know. We didn't know, like she was in there for like almost a month. Like, it wasn't us. It's fine. Like, it's come on. And Gru's like, well, we're relying on Coil for some pretty major stuff, and Taylor's like, okay, I know your fucking sister is important, but are you really willing to let a 12-year-old just stay in that room forever just for Aisha? And Gru's like, if it comes down to it, yeah. And Taylor's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? And bitch is the only one that's okay with it. Regent's like, well, I got a high tolerance for that. That's fine. I don't really care. And Taylor's like, these are the fucking people that I've been associating with? What the fuck? And Lisa's just like, she's just like, oh, this is so sad. Oh. Lisa's like, I'm sorry, but like, this is like a test. He's like testing us. He's trying to find out like what we think is bad and stuff. And Taylor's like, well, if it's a fucking test, I think I fail. And Lisa's like, no, we need to discuss this as a team. We need to discuss like to stay with Coil. And Taylor's like, the fact you guys think this is fucking negotiable is pretty fucked up. There's a real kid in there, you fucking assholes. And so Taylor decides to just run away and pack up all of her shit in the fucking loft because she's like, fuck this shit. I'm mad. I'm so mad. She can't believe that she's been hanging out with criminals who hurt people. She can't believe it. It's like 6:40 in the fucking morning. And Lisa comes and confronts her and is like, hey, listen. You really have to go right now? Listen, are you leaving forever? And Taylor's like, I don't know. And then Lisa's like, are you gonna try and rescue her yourself? And Taylor's like, I don't know. And then Lisa's like, well, if you leave, we might have to fight you on that, because we're under his his hand, And Taylor's like, okay, cool, I'll do what I have to do. And then Lisa's like, all right, I'll see you later, Taylor. And Taylor's like, all right, I'll see you later. And Taylor makes it halfway down the stairs, and then some sirens go off, an air raid siren. And Taylor looks at the TV, and there's a bunch of images that says like, leave your homes, find the nearest shelter. And Taylor's like, oh, is this a bomb from Bakuda that got left behind? And Lisa just shakes her head. And Taylor makes a note of saying that Lisa is just pale white, and she is just terrified. She's just absolutely fucking terrified. And then Taylor's like, what is it? And Lisa's like, Endbringer. Uh-oh. It's an Endbringer. Woo! Remember when I talked about Arc 8 and what was it gonna be? Can you guess what it's gonna be about? Can you guess what it's gonna be about? So, welcome. Welcome the worm. This is when the... Yo! Oh my god, this is like Act 5 of Homestuck. This is when the... Oh my... Yo! Oh my... Oh! Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna get you. So basically, you think Arc 8 is going to be about Rachel and Taylor going on a date? There is an extensive fanfiction about that I've actually read, and it's pretty good. It's just really sad because every single worm fanfic that's good is like equally just as sad. So, sadly. Oh fuck! I just punched myself again in the fucking face. I keep doing that because I keep adjusting my blankie. I have a blankie on. Then we get to the interlude. I recommend. I'm not really gonna say much about the interlude because it's just really good. We get more. More Colin. Colin being Arms Master. We know his name. Wow! And Colin is best friends with Dragon, and they all talk Tinker stuff to each other. I recommend you guys read it because it's a talk about Miss Militia's trigger event, which is pretty fucking like raw. It's pretty raw. So The chapter pretty much ends with them talking about like one of like an Inbringer's about to hit Brockton Bay, pretty much, and then that's where it ends, and that's it. Yeah, Arc 7, yeah. I'm sorry I didn't go into much detail this time. I realized I'd actually have to do something later, which I totally forgot about, but it's fine. But damn, this arc was so good. When I read it, I was like, oh hey, I actually forgot how fucking good this is, and it's really good because I totally forgot that like Taylor just fucking fights Hookwolf and shit, just like going off, and then you know, Taylor, like the first thing that Taylor worries about is her fucking dad. So the next arc, by the way, I will say yes, all the intro stuff, everything that Taylor's done so far comes together. If this was the end of a book, Arc 8 is the final chapter. I will tell you guys right now, Arc 8 is pretty fucking raw. Like, if you guys are planning on reading, this is like the final coin flip. You need to be like 100% sure that you want to continue after you do it. It's only 8 chapters. No, don't look at the fucking wiki. God damn it. Rule number 1, don't look at the wiki. Rule number 2, don't look at the wiki. Rule number 3, don't look at the Reddit. Rule number 4, do not look at the fucking wiki. There are spoilers on the main page. The main page has spoilers just right there, just sitting on it. Don't look. There's 30 fucking arcs. There's 30 arcs in here, and we're on number 8. We're on 8. Don't do it. Anyway, the next arc is called Extermination. For instance, the last arc was called Buzz. This one's called Extermination. So, you know. Where we go? So, yeah. I mean, that's it, pretty much, for that. I really did enjoy this arc, though, I will say. Let me put on my thingy so that I don't forget. All right, there. I will say that this was definitely one of my favorite arcs. I completely forgot about this one. I always remembered Arc 8 because 8 just fucking hit you like a brick. After I close out the stream, it'll be available for you guys to read. You guys can read it anytime you want. So yeah, any other like final things you guys want to clarify about Arc 8, or you guys want to talk about for a second? Because I got a little bit of time before I got to jump into something else. But you guys gonna need final comments coming out of here. You've mentally prepared for Arc 8. Seriously, like if you guys are just sitting here, you know, I think Mist also took a break from reading. If you guys really want to jump into it, Arc 8 is the most intense chapter that we've seen so far. Not like sad intense, but like action intense. Obviously. So I really do recommend you guys take a fat little read of it. I really do recommend it. I really do. So yeah, anything else before we head out? Because we're gonna raid someone, I'm pretty sure. Depends on who we're gonna raid. Who do you guys think we should raid? Because I'm gonna be honest, I got a lot of... Hello? Yes, this is Star. Who's doing a drop at this hour? No, I can do it. It's fine. It's just the last time you sent me on something like this late at night, I almost got jumped, alright? No, I get it. I can be up there. I'm like half an hour out. Look, if you're giving me the all clear, then I can be up there as soon as I can. Am I expecting anyone else? Alright, then I'm on my way.